Yo, what's up, guys? So, we had a pretty good day. I mean, we had a ton of plays on the stream. Our sleeper play cashed. That cashed out big time, and we got NBA bets for tomorrow. So, without further ado, again, all the live stream plays, they're just tracked. There's a sheet in the description on YouTube, so you can check out all the plays. But if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the fucking channel, bro. We're going to have bets every single day. So who's winning tomorrow? The Cavs are minus 207 favorites. The Knicks are favored. And then we got the Nuggets as big favorites. So potentially 3 blowouts. The Lakers fucking suck, bro. But let's see what we want to find. So you guys down to ride some dudes? Because we got a lot of guys that we're going to find some bets on. So let's start building. What book do you guys want to start on? Should we do PrizePicks? I mean, we hit a fuck ton. And by fuck ton, I mean like a fuck ton of slips today. I mean, we were just, not that one, but we were going 5 for 5 like a motherfucker. Unfortunately, I'm limited on PrizePicks, so, you know, I can't get down as much as Sleeper. So we'll take a look at Sleeper as well. What's up, guys? Who we riding tonight? So some people are saying FanDuel, Cavs, Sixers, Nuggets. Bro, well, you didn't take all the favorites. Which underdog is going to win tomorrow? Magic? But anyways, without further ado, let's kind of start building some slips. So what do we want to start on? PrizePicks maybe? So maybe we start on PrizePicks because there's actually some interesting plays already showing up. So there's some esports value. I mean, kind of all sorts of stuff. There's some plays for the Sixers game as well. So let's take a look what we got cooking. If people are fine with PrizePicks, and I assume people are going to be fine with PrizePicks. So let's start building a slip. And unfortunately, you know, we're going to have some bets for, I mean, it's not unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait a few days. So what we can do is let's just start building our slip, right? And the first play is Al Horford to get a turnover. So I've said this before, but, you know, PrizePicks, obviously, they still have the Jokic promo up if you haven't already played it. Did I already play this? Or is this a new Jokic promo? I think I already played this, but we'll have to see. Are they going to let me bet anything on it again? No. They say the max entry amount. So for their fucking discounted projection. But what did I want to say about PrizePicks? Anyways, if you haven't used the Jokic promo, you know, maybe go ahead and include it. Again, when you're playing 6-pick flex plays on PrizePicks, if you include a star, you get a 27.5x payout. So it actually goes up a little. So you actually kind of want to be playing 6-pick flex plays. So I'll try to build a 6-pick flex play. So the first play we have is Al Horford to get a turnover. And that's not where I meant to go. So again, for anyone new to this stream, I mean, first of all, subscribe to the fucking YouTube channel. But second of all, like the way that PrizePicks works, it's a pretty simple strategy to beat them. Is on PrizePicks, they give you the same payout. If you take a player to go over or under, right? Any 2-pick entry has a 3x payout. So if you go ahead and like you look at Horford's line, so where's player defense, where's turnovers? So if you just take a look at Horford, like all the books, really tight market, minus 130, plus 110. You compare the lines on PrizePicks to DraftKings. You know, he's a pretty big favorite to go over half of a turnover to get a turnover. So that's the play we want to be on. And let's start building the slip. So we got Al Horford to get a turnover. He's gone over in 3 out of the past 5 games. I mean, I would ask you guys what you think about that, but I assume people aren't going to have that many thoughts because it's a turnover prop. But let's put in some books we want to look at. So we got FanDuel. So this play I already locked in for the Suns game. You know, I've said it before. Sometimes the best bets are early. Dude, I'm blanking. When the fuck was this game? I don't even remember if it was today. Was this today? I don't even remember. Bro, I'm literally blanking. No, this game was yesterday. Okay, so I'm literally blanking. I literally watched that game. I'm just forgetting. But sometimes the best value is early. So this play I already locked in. I've said it before, but I use a bet tracker. Damn, so we had a really good day on Sleeper. But you'll see all my plays. I mean, you can see all my plays. They're just tracked on Pickett, so I guess this game's not tomorrow. I'm not even sure how I'd find it. Where is it? But I already locked this in. You can see it right here, actually. Nurkic over half of a point. Or sorry, over 9.5 points. What the fuck am I saying? And, you know, we have some underdog plays open. So you'll see them all on Pickett. And FanDuel, you know, they didn't give me a ton of money. I could get down on it. But, you know, FanDuel opening this up at plus 120. Every other book, like no other book is giving you better than plus 100. Most other books have this like minus 100. So we're using market information kind of like to our advantage. So if you use FanDuel, you know, that seems like a good play to go with. But anyways, let's finish out this PrizePicks slip. Let's fucking go build a slip. And then we can move on to Underdog or another book. I mean, whatever book people want to look at. So I've said this before, but like when you're betting on esports player props, which, I mean, we're going to bet on esports player props. I try to focus on the lines, the opportunities where you have multiple data points, right? So like, you know, if you look right here, this guy's line, PrizePicks is opening him up at 26.5 for the second game. These fucking esports guys go hard, right? Like, you may not watch esports, but there's a lot, like, you should be betting on esports. I mean, we have like 2 NBA games a day, 3 maybe, then we're going to go down to 1 or 2 per day. Is esports, there's like 100 games per day. So there's a lot of inefficiencies, a lot of value that you can capitalize on. So PrizePicks has this guy's line at 26.5. You know, for the first game, like there's really no big discrepancies in the market. But for the second game, they have his line at 26.5. This is on the Odds Jam Sportsbook screen. The rest of the books opening them up at like 25, 28.5. So we're using, you know, market information, whatever, to our advantage. So that can be our second pick. But we got to keep rolling. And ideally, we can include a star. So ideally, we can include a star, but we'll see if we're able to. So one play that pairs kind of nicely, and PrizePicks already bumped his rebound line. I literally I just gave this out on Twitter before I started up the fucking live stream, bro. We had Jaylen Brown under 6.5 rebounds. That's already gone. But there's value on his turnovers line as well. So you can see the market. Books are already starting to release odds for the Celtics Heat game. All the books are opening them up as a big favorite to go under. So it's like, okay. It also pairs kind of nicely with, Horford. They at least pair somewhat nicely together. Players can't get turnovers at the same time. And Derek White under 1.5 turnovers. I mean, that's another option. But anyways, why aren't we getting a star here? So where are the stars? So ideally, we can find a star to go with for tomorrow that is halfway decent value. I mean, Banchero had fucking 9 turnovers last game. So the over 4.5 turnovers seems a little attractive, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton of value on it. And again, every play I give out, the first thing I make sure of is just, okay, like, does this play actually have value? But anyways, let's continue going. Let's finish out our slip. And again, my goal with these streams is to teach you how fun it is to use data when you're betting on sports, because you will make more money and it's fun. It's fun to make money. So like here for, Hachimura, as a simple example, like, okay, like all the books have his over heavily favored, him heavily favored to get a steal. So like maybe that's a decent play to go with. But honestly, we're talking way too much. I want to try to get a slip in before we move on to Underdog. So we got a couple picks. PrizePicks is a little dry, honestly, probably because they removed some of the picks I already gave out. But what we can do is we can go to OG under 2.5. I already gave this play out on Twitter, but I want to move on to a new book here in a second. So let's just lock it in. Where is it? Steals plus blocks. Please don't tell me they bumped it. They removed it. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? So they just removed. I mean, we were on. So, I mean, that's not available anymore. But anyways, let's finish out this slip. So what do people think about Hachi to get a steal? Hachimura to get a steal. I mean, Embiid to over 3.5 turnovers. I mean, his over's heavily favored. Let's see. Let's build. So what we can do is we can go here. How do we like this play? He had a turnover last game. I mean, again, like I've said this before, but sometimes, the plays that have value, they're not really what you'd expect. And then which Dela Cruz would we rather take? There's some early MLB value we can take a look at. And again, before I ever lock in a bet, the first thing I make sure about is just like, okay, like, do I like the value on all these plays? Do they check out, mathematically, whatever. So maybe we don't take him. So let's take Brian Dela Cruz. And this will be our slip. And again, all the live stream plays are tracked in the sheet in the description on YouTube. I'll put the link to the PrizePicks play. Again, I'm heavily limited on PrizePicks, so I'm excited to move on to a new book after this. But here's the play, and let me put the link in the chat. DraftKings more greedy. What are you talking about? But anyways, let's go ahead and let's lock this in. And here's the link for whoever wants to tail. Underdog slip, underdog. DraftKings more greedy. What about Maxey points or Brunson points? Oh, fuck. My bad. Never mind. Don't tail that. Thank you, chat. Thank you to the people in the chat. Also, what book do you guys want to look at next? I took the wrong play. I'm a fucking idiot. This is the play we want it to be on, steals, and he's gone over 4 out of the past 5 games. So PrizePicks, I mean, it's a hard book if you're a smarter bettor because they'll limit you, which is a little annoying. So don't tail the last one. Again, this is the one you want to tail. So this is the link to the new PrizePicks play. So people are saying take a look at Underdog. Any CS2 plays. Alex. Sano over half of a base. Wrong pick. Okay, I got it. I got the alert that I was on the wrong pick. And, there's some value showing up on better, but let's try to do an underdog slip. The goal as a sports bettor is to ride as many guys as possible in a night. And by that I mean, if there's good value, you want to take advantage of it as much as possible. So let's build a slip on, ideally, Underdog Fantasy. And again, like I've said this a bunch of times, but, people want underdog, so we can do an underdog, but the more books you have access to, the better. Just because, like, all these books set their own lines, so ideally you're using a bunch of them. So let's start building a slip. And again, like Esports, it's very simply, it's just following the data, right? Like, PrizePicks opening this guy's line at 26.5. Underdog has it at 28.5. Like, you will never see Luka's points line at 26.5 on PrizePicks, 28.5 on Underdog. Like, the markets are too efficient. But again, in esports, there's just so many games, and these books they cannot manage their lines at all, which is good for us because, that's good for us. That's really good for us. So let's see if we can find anything else. Because ideally you want to go with a 3-pick entry. Obviously not a lot of, I'll be streaming tomorrow, that's for sure. You can count on that. But what I was going to say is, like, a lot of times late at night, there's just not a ton of lines posted yet. There hasn't been a ton of line movements, who's playing, who's not playing, like, damn. So sometimes there's just, like, not, a crazy amount of value. But we'll be able to lock in a slip. There's plenty that we can take a look at. So build this slip on Underdog. Again, they can bump things quickly. So if you want to tail, just like, again, just sometimes they bump things quickly. And for esports, you just want to make sure you're getting the right game because, again, these guys go hard. This guy has a game at 1 a.m. and at 9 a.m. What are you doing at 1 a.m. and 9 a.m.? Probably jacking off. So what we can do is now we need a final pick to go with. So you can see lines are already starting to be posted for the Pacers game. I mean, like, these books, it's like 1 hour ago they posted lines. That means there's going to be good bets. Things are going to start moving around. There's going to be opportunities present. And sometimes, honestly, the best bets are early when books first post odds. So, like, this play is like, you don't have that many data points. Zach Little over 17.5 outs. But what we can do, here you can see this under's heavily favored. For, like, tennis, I mean, a lot of these more niche markets, you don't have as many data points, as many books posting lines. But that doesn't mean, why does this keep popping up, bro? Anyways, that doesn't mean we can't find, that doesn't mean there's not an edge. It just means there's not as many data points. You don't have as much confidence in your edge because not as many books are posting their lines. Come on. So what we want is this. This is going to be the 3-pick I lock in on Underdog. So lock it in if you want to lock it in because, again, sometimes they bump things pretty quickly. But let's put in DraftKings, Caesars. I don't know. So DraftKings, I'm heavily limited on DraftKings, so I don't do DraftKings a ton. And are you fucking kidding me, bro? They already locked the one esports play. I hate Underdog sometimes. We have Giancarlo Stanton under 2 HRRs, hits plus runs plus RBIs. So does PrizePicks even have a lineup yet? Where do they have him? So they don't have a hit plus run plus RBI. They have his run and, But anyways, here's a good replacement play. Again, I'm not sure why or how. How is Underdog awake and moving lines? I have no idea. But what was I going to say about DraftKings is Embiid over 5.5 assists. What did Embiid do last game? Let's take a look. So this is going to... And they already locked the other esports play. It's fucking insane. Was anyone able to get that in? Please dabble. I'll glaze the fuck out of you, Alex. Underdog finna bump. Anyways, it's a little frustrating because they bumped now a couple of these that had pretty strong edges. So, you could do something like this, but again, they just keep bumping things. But anyways, if you use DraftKings... But anyways, that's my favorite term. But, Caesars, there's some tennis value, whatever. Sometimes it's the more niche sports that actually have the opportunity. There's millions of lines. So I'm going to lock this in on Underdog. So if you want to tail, lock it in. But, Underdog has tens of thousands of lines up. A lot of people think it's oh, I need the golden ticket. What's the best, I hate this sportsbook, bro. Okay, so... I'm not going to be able to lock in shit on Underdog because they're bumping everything, but hopefully some of you were able to get it in because that's pretty frustrating. But what was I going to say is that's really frustrating, actually. So what do I have so far? So, man, I couldn't even get in my fucking Underdog slip. So all I have so far, is this PrizePicks slip. And some of the picks are for Wednesday, but again... A lot of people say, why did you lock this in? A lot of the PrizePicks slips I gave out today. A lot of them, the plays were available, and then, they're not available. So we had some 2Xs, I think we had 6 or so slips go the full 5 for 5. But anyways, Underdog, well, you've already seen with PrizePicks, the play I gave out on Twitter, they already bumped a few of these. Jaylen Brown rebounds, it's just no longer available. So when you see value, you want to take advantage of it. But what did we want to look at, man? So let's just see what we can find. And if there's not much value, it may be a shorter stream, which is honestly fine because tomorrow is going to be a big day and I'll be streaming a lot longer tomorrow. So Underdog, they fucking bumped everything so quickly. PrizePicks, we kind of got in the main stuff. So I'm going to be done with PrizePicks most likely on this live stream. We had so many bets from the stream today. I don't know why I stream late at night. Sometimes there's really good, early value. There probably is on some of these more niche books too, I don't know, Sports Quack and shit like this. If you use these books, there's always good value. Dylan Cease under 7.5 strikeouts. PrizePicks had this line available, but then they bumped it. But again, the more books you use, the better. But nobody really cares about Sports Quack, so I don't give out Sports Quack plays on these streams all too often. But anyways, yeah, Hunter Green under 7.5 strikeouts, plus 110 on DraftKings. There's some value on other books, but not a ton. So I guess I'm just going to call this stream as it is. Is there anything on Sleeper? I'm going to, I guess get to bed early because I'll be streaming for a while tomorrow. So this is the PrizePicks play. I'll drop it on Twitter as well if you need the link still. But there's just not, there's There's good value on DraftKings and stuff like that, but in FanDuel. But I feel like, dude, I give out a FanDuel play on Twitter. Nobody cares. Like, everyone wants these DFS picks, PrizePicks, and whatever. So that's what I've been doing more recently. But if people want more FanDuel plays, we can do them. Jared Allen under 13.5 RAs. So let's take a look at this one. So we got Allen under 13.5 RAs. So again, a lot of people say, why don't we play this on PrizePicks? Because you're getting a different price. PrizePicks is minus 119 odds. FanDuel has this at plus 104, which actually seems like good value. And what's nice about FanDuel is you don't need to parlay it. Like on PrizePicks, you need to play at least 2 picks to lock in a bet, as it says right here. On FanDuel, you can play straight bets. But anyways, is there anything else we're attracted to that we want to lock in, or should we just call it a day? Yeah, nothing more crazy. So we just got one PrizePick slip, some Esports. There's some like more NBA value, but it's kind of mediocre, and they ended up bumping a lot of the early value plays that I was going to give out, that I gave out on Twitter, at least a few of them. So I'm going to call it a day for now. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry there weren't a ton of plays. I'll have more plays tomorrow, I promise. I'll have a shit ton more plays tomorrow. How many MLB games do we have? How many MLB games do we have? We have a ton of MLB. So maybe I'll drop some. Well, actually, yeah, we do. I mean, what is that? 11 games. So I'll drop a ton of plays on Twitter and stuff like that, but I'm going to call it a day for now.